Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So if someone asks you, what will you learn on Ghanimah Labs? Essentially, what we're teaching on Ghanimah Labs is basically all the key standards and labs as they relate to them. So for example, if you are basically want to work in the financial sector, right? So in the financial sector, you need to know what is PCI DSS, what is PADSS, what is the PCI software security framework, how to comply with it, what are the key controls you have to follow them, that you have to follow to make sure that you are compliant and adhering to the standard, right? That's what we're doing. And how to do pen testing and internal penetration testing, external penetration testing, internal vulnerability scanning, external vulnerability scanning, and all the key things like web application pen testing, all the key things you have to do. Again, that's a small part, right? But then there are many other things. If you're working in the banking side, in Australia, the principles of financial market infrastructures, PFMI, you have to comply with that. If you are working in the US, you have to comply with the FFIEC requirements. So all the key things that you can think of are covered here. So all the key things, right? So this is what makes us unique. If you are doing digital forensics, you need to understand the governance of digital forensics framework. What is network forensics, e-forensics, Windows forensics, memory forensics, mobile forensics, database forensics, using AI and data science for DFTH. Another great, area where we're teaching you how to develop the whole solution. Then there is cybersecurity, information security is 27001, that's and 27002. Pretty much anywhere you go in the world, this is the key standard that you have to comply with. If you have a vehicle, which like Tesla or any of these automotive like autonomous vehicles, electrical based, then there's a road vehicle cybersecurity engineering standard 21434 that we are teaching you, and how to comply with all the key controls so that when you go into that industry, you know how to comply with those things, right? There is 62443 for the whole ICS sector. They have to comply with these requirements, and it has like many parts, multiple parts that we're covering in our labs. There is NERC and ERC. If you want to work in the US in the electrical grid side, you have to comply with the standard. 27017 is for the cloud privacy. 27018, I believe, is for the cloud, basically PII for securing the public cloud. So there are so many standards, and this list will keep on increasing, will keep on getting bigger and bigger, right? How to perform assessments if you have an infrastructure in GCP, Google Cloud, or Amazon, or Azure, or OVH. OVH is another French company, how to be compliant with the PII security information as per the 27555. Attribute-based unlinkable entity authentication, ROTS, real-time operating system, all of these standards, they have specific labs. And this list will keep on increasing. There will be more than, I believe, 2,000 labs covering all the specific sector that we want to do, right? The other thing that we are going to teach you is basically each sector will have its own network. There is transport. I will mimic a network as I did, assess the London underground network, right? So how does that work out? There's railway, there's aerospace, there's education sector, there's food, there's chemical, agricultural, healthcare, defense, telecommunication, cloud, manufacturing, energy production, consulting, entertainment, financial side, hospitality, mass media, ICS sector. Pretty much like these are the core sectors on which the whole world is right now operating. So essentially, we will cover all the key sectors, and we will ensure that you have all the hands-on skills. You have done the assessments. You have, you know how to document the controls. You know how to perform the controls. You know how to assess the controls, and then you go in and you perform. And like how to secure the job, what do you have to say during your interview? We will give you each and every bits and pieces, how to develop your resume, right? So all of these things will be provided to all the people who are coming online with us studying. But they have to follow the 5 parts. The CODS track, not only the Ghanimah labs, but the CODS track, the Ghanimah labs, the data science, the sysops, and basically the emerging math pathways. For those people who subscribe to all the 5 ones, we will help them, prepare for their interviews, provide them internships, make them employable until they get their job. That is our role, right? So we will focus on all the key areas. Now, how are we different from others? I'm going to show it to you. This is the dashboard of one of the basically Hack the Box Academy, right? And Hack the Box Academy, if you want to go in, they have offensive, defensive, general, because their focus is only on the key, teaching you how to hack the box. But essentially, as I said, our focus is not. We are not teaching you how to crack these boxes. No. Hey, how to secure these boxes in the first place, how to configure policies and procedures around them, how to pass the interview. Because the organization, as I said, only focuses a specific timeline on those things. It doesn't keep on spending times in terms of cracking the boxes. So if you go here and if you purchase the cubes, they pretty clever marketing strategy. It's a company based, primarily for making profit. Nothing wrong with that. That's their, I would say, main business. So they are providing content in English only. We're providing in 26 plus languages, starting with English, French, Arabic, Urdu, and a couple of other languages. So silver, there's 18, and you get only 200 plus cubes, through which you can do 4 tier 1 modules or 2 tier 1 modules, right? Because then your cubes will finish. Because each of these modules, and they're like 60 modules something, which essentially means 60 labs, only covers specific, set that you have to do. If you pay $38 per month, then you get 10 tier 1 modules or 1 tier 3 module. If you pay $68 per month, then you get basically a couple of more things, 10 tier 2 modules and 1 tier 4 modules, right? And you can subscribe and you can do all of those things that you want to do, okay? For the university and academic institution students, it's a different thing that they are providing $8 per month, so on and so forth, right? Now, what does the module means? Module means like these are all the labs, and they're like 60 labs something, 60 plus labs. That's it. This is all that you're learning. So if you click over here, unlock, I don't have the modules for this. I don't have the cubes, because it consumes 500 cubes, and to buy 500 cubes, I have to spend at least $38. So even $38, if I do this, I can consume this and my $38 are gone. And I will just learn Windows privilege escalation. That's it, nothing else. So if I have to unlock, says go to billing, you got to buy those cubes, right? Again, using web proxies, 100 cubes. This is how they have defined their things. We are not doing that. On the Ghanimah labs, if you do that, there's only a simple, product that we have, which is if you go to the products, and check out the labs, there's a monthly part, and then there's an annual part. In the monthly part, you get, something like $25 per month. You get access to all the labs, one by one, because every month we'll keep on releasing the labs with new systems, networks, machines, so on and so forth, right? So if you go on a monthly basis, you will get access to dripping content. You can't consume, you can't cheat the system, you can't do all of those things. If you pay on an annual basis, lump sum, $250 per annum for 12 months, you get access to all the labs upon their release immediately. So that's the model that we have applied, because keeping the labs in the cloud is an expensive business. Our infrastructure is distributed among GCP, Azure, AWS, and we are expanding it. So it's an expensive task. We're doing that But essentially, we're also dubbing this into multiple languages. So whatever language you speak, this will be available to you. So this is what you learn. We are not again teaching you how to crack boxes. No, we are teaching you, because when you go for an interview, they don't ask you, hey, are you able to crack these boxes? They're going to ask you, this is our payment application. We need to comply with PCI DSS. What do we have to do? Or in our SOC, we have a SIEM running IBM QRadar or Splunk or Elasticsearch or whatever it is, and you need to create reports. How would you do that? What kind of reports do we have to check on a daily basis? How can you throw in machine learning, supervised and unsupervised, to get the work done? How are we going to assess the cloud, whether this is secure or compliant with respect to all the key regulations and standards that we have to comply with? These are the key things that they will ask. They will not ask you, hey, can you do a hack the box? Can you hack into our servers? That's the last thing on their mind right now. They need to know how to secure them first of all. And then they can ask, okay, red team guys, go in, try to break into the system and see if you can, using open source tools and proprietary tools, whatever you have at your disposal. So that's the mentality. That's the mindset you need to have to secure millions of jobs available within the industry. And that is what we're teaching, right? So this is not a platform to play along. No, this is a platform which requires focus and commitment, which requires that you read. If you can't read in English, translate those things in your own native language using Google Translator. It will provide you 90%, 99% accuracy in terms of providing you good translation. Read them in your local language, and when you go for the interview, you will be able to secure those jobs. Cybersecurity is such a big issue that it will become one of the biggest things globally. And over the years, you will see that this is one of the sectors, as I said, CODS, which means C means CODS. C means cyber defense, O means offensive security, D means digital forensics or threat hunting, and S means SCADA ICS. So that's the key sector that will see a lot of change, and you need to focus on making sure that we comply with all of these regulations. How can organizations comply? What do they have to do? So on and so forth. So go ahead, register yourself, start your learning journey right now. Take it easy. In 6 to 9 months' time, as I said, you will be there, but take it easy, take one step at a time, and keep on moving forward. I will see you in my class. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.